Hey guys, back with another one. Sarah and Kaylee worked on a case that they're going to do today. I'm just more or less going to be sitting in kind of on the side. The video released today, YouTube is up to their shenanigans. I've lost more subscribers, but have a higher return of views. So if y'all are viewing any of the videos, including this video, please give a like, make a comment, even if it's hey, hi, whatever. It raises the algorithm and it makes it harder for them to be able to block content. Like I said, they're hitting us pretty hard right now. Uh, our likes, some people are complaining about hitting the like button and it's undoing it automatically. Uh, if you have any of these things happen, I don't know if you can even contact YouTube to complain or not, but they say likes and comments and stuff are very important as far as the algorithm. Uh, they're going to go over a story. I think it was a pretty much maybe an abduction death story.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I'm going to let them go ahead and start from here, and I'm just going to kind of listen and chime in and try to tangle them up a little, maybe.
All right. So this all occurred in August of 2002. It was a 39-year-old man named Todd Sees. He was abducted and murdered on Montour Ridge in Northumberland County near the town of Northumberland, Pennsylvania. Mr. Sees was a hunter and an outdoorsman. Todd Sees lived at the foot of the Montour Ridge, a mountain stretching over 20 miles east. Todd Sees went up the mountain to look for pre-season deer. He told his wife that he would be home by noon. He rode his fooler up the power line trail behind his home at a little after 5 in the morning. Noon came around and there was no Todd. His wife and children became concerned at 2 p.m. and a search party was organized, and local police, state police, paramedics, and 200 volunteers helped search for Todd. Now in some of the questions that people had asked around there, they stated that 3 farmers on one farm said that they saw a large, round, disc-like object just above the power lines. It was silent. It did not move for about 10 to 15 minutes. It suddenly went up. A light shined down and something was pulled up into the light. It went straight up and hesitated again and went west over the how'd you say that again?
Which one?
The
Susquehanna.
Susquehanna River and out of sight. And some believed it was a human body. Some other locals have seen this disc-like subject that is about the size of a football field, and it also makes a humming sound. And that's some other reports that people have said. In other cases, we have researched around the area, the victims were taken, but their clothes were left, but always turned inside out.
Kind of sounds like David Paulides cases, where they have found victims that have went missing, where they have shown to have had possible campfires, clothing that wasn't there upon numerous searches of the same area, even with dogs, and the same area had been searched numerous times, not just one time. And then they go back and they find bodies. But the clothes on a lot of the cryptids too that we do have been removed from the victim. There was a kid that I was reading about actually just today that was found in the woods up a tree that was missing for 5 days. Doesn't remember what happened. He was completely naked, stripped of his clothes, but was not dehydrated and was well nourished. So somehow he had been given fluid, the doctor said, and food.
Yeah. It's sad, really.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. His fooler was found on the top of the mountain near the power line trail. Tracking dogs couldn't find a scent to go on, but only around the fooler. The search went on for 2 more days, and nearly 6 miles of mountains were covered from top to bottom. And they constantly had dogs all over these 6 miles, constantly looking for him, but it just appeared that he had vanished. There was a pond a couple hundred yards from the house that was even searched by police scuba divers, so they overlooked nothing. Then on the second day, something was spotted in a large bushy area approximately 25 feet from the pond, an area that was searched extensively. Police and rescue workers spent around 20 minutes cutting and hacking the brush and small trees to reach what appeared to be a body, and in fact it was Mr. Sees, who was wearing only his underwear. He was completely emaciated, not bloated. He was white and had the expression of horror on his face. They told his wife, and she said that he was completely dressed when he left. He had a hat, a shirt, a camo vest, pants, socks, and boots. The FBI showed up 30 minutes later of Mr. C's discovery, and they took charge. They would not let his wife look at her husband, no matter how much she tried. The FBI asked questions around the area. They talked to neighbors and farmers. There was one farmer and 3 fishermen on the same Susquehanna River on the western side. He had seen the disc-like object. It appeared out of nowhere and hovered above the power lines for about 10 minutes. Then it got very bright, went straight up and out of sight within seconds. They also said the horses and other animals on the farm were very nervous and upset for a long period of time after that. They performed multiple autopsies on Mr. Todd, and they all came back inconclusive. There was no visible cuts or bruises anywhere on Mr. Sees' body. They performed multiple toxicology tests, and nothing was found. All the tests had come back, and nothing was found. They informed Mrs. Sees' wife that the body would be sent somewhere else, and she wouldn't be able to have it for 6 to 8 weeks. One of his boots were found in the same tree a few days later. And now, there have been military helicopters flying over that area at least once a day since this has occurred. They ruled his death as fatal cocaine toxicity, despite evidence suggesting that something else most likely occurred. So, my thing is there's like more than 4 stages of death.
Yeah.
One of them happens within like 24 to 72 hours, and that's when you start to like turn purple from no oxygen, and then you start bloating. I don't want to go into too much detail, so I'm just going to say bloating, and that happens within like 3 to 5 days, depending on the heat.
And bacteria in your stomach starts to eat away the flesh.
But the thing that gets me is he was completely emaciated in just 2 days.
Which is crazy.
And that's what just threw me off, because it was just 2 days.
It seems that when the FBI gets involved, things seem to take a twist, and they take over
and blame it on something.
Things that shouldn't be their jurisdiction, but they do, and they're allowed to do that. And at one of the lower forms of federal agencies, and I got a lot of respect for them because I worked in the field and with them, and I consider them my brothers and sisters, but they overstep their boundaries. And one of the ones that do that a lot is our, unfortunately, forest rangers and our game wardens. They are federal officers, and at a lot of these crime scenes they're showing up more and more and more, which to me is not an ordinary way of conducting a death. But it used to be the detectives that done that. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. This is her first one, so be nice.
Please.
And we'll catch you later. I think we're going on a spook hunt either today or tomorrow again. We've been going a lot this week. Nothing's happened. Like I said, we go out a lot, but not always does anything happen. So we're not able to produce anything. And like we talked about, we're not gonna put things out there if we don't find anything. But a lot of people say, why aren't you producing 2-3 videos a day? Well, that's because we're not finding anything. We're out there all the time. I mean, we're as country as you can get out here. But if you don't have anything, then you don't have anything to produce. So we're going to go back out again. We're going to be looking in a spot that's pretty hot. That's what everybody's saying. So we'll see what happens. Oh, possible podcast coming up. Everything works out. Supposed to be meeting with the gentleman tomorrow. and he's got a lot of good information if it all pans out.
I'm excited about that one. That one's going to be fun.
Thanks for watching, guys. God bless, and be careful.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.